back, wrestle nerds. Victor Villain here. Let's see who's making their way to the ring.
Pretty chubby flaco, dímelo mi gente.
Heels, pops, and chair shots. Get it right.
And we're back.
Yo, it probably smells like asshole in there. Put your hot ass breath in that fucking dusty ass
Ladies
beard.
and gentlemen.
And that's how I popped out of your mom's vagina.
Hey!
All right, Ace Austin.
We back, and
He
we
took
doing
my
big
gimmick.
things, and what a hell of a weekend.
I agree with that.
Guys.
Stuff happened this weekend?
2020 is coming out to be one hell of a year.
Especially if you're Rory Gulak.
Oh,
Ooh.
my God.
Too soon?
Too soon? Very soon.
You know what his favorite Disney Channel movie?
No! I want to know that.
Beauty and the Beast.
Oh. Which one was he? Nah, man. We had a very historic week.
He likes some hairy like animal.
Yo, he said Beauty and the Beast, though.
Yo, Tessa Blanchard, guys.
All right, let's talk right into news.
Let's get into it, because it was very historic. It was a historic week. Hard to Kill. Tessa Blanchard became the first ever women Impact World Heavyweight Champion.
Holy shit, indeed,
Yes.
man. That was huge.
How do we feel about that, guys?
Excited?
Except the whole little racist thing we're just going to completely bypass. So
All right, let's get into it.
let's not talk about the fact that everything just came out, that she called somebody the N-word in Japan and spat in her face.
Spat in her face.
They found out who it was. It's a Puerto Rican wrestler whose name escapes me right now. But yeah, she was like, yup, it happened. And people were like, yup, you're a piece of shit. The irony in all that is that her tweet was like, hey, women, we should just elevate and empower each other or something of those sorts. And people were like, excuse me, bitch.
Espérate.
Excuse me. Because everybody had receipts and they were checking in, son. They were asking for them refunds.
Yo, everybody came in for her.
So now that we got like the receipts, right? What does that mean?
For Impact, nothing apparently, because she's the champion.
Well, that's Impact. Heavy Metal Wrestling feels otherwise. They removed her from the event. They had an event.
I have a bold prediction.
Dilo.
I think Taya Valkyrie is going to defeat Tessa Blanchard and become a dual champ. And that gives Tessa some time to step away from the squared circle.
Wow, that'd be big. I'm against a company just going all in like that. Although Taya has been tremendous for Impact.
Longest reigning TNA Impact Knockouts.
And she is incredible in the ring. She does her work on the mic. Dude, she's really, really good. I just don't know if going with the first women's world champion and then going with a double champion right back to back. That dampens, I guess, what are you trying to do, right? You're trying to erase Tessa Blanchard's accomplishment. So then that's how you do it. You one-up it.
Let her take time off. She needs it.
But you think that's what Impact's trying to do right now?
Well, that's what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
That's my prediction.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that you need to suck it up. If this is the direction you went in, you gave it the title, everything came out that weekend, you had a split second. Yeah. Now you do what you're gonna do with that fucking run.
But she's
Make
young,
her a
though.
heel.
She's young.
You gotta live with that decision, Impact.
Make her a heel. Make her fucking everybody hates her. We're there already, right? And just be like, yo, I did this in spite of you. And then how crazy is that? How do you have a female world champion heel?
Yo, this can
How?
go. That
How?
can get.
How? And if Sami Callihan comes back, Sami Callihan could be the face in that rivalry. What did you think you would not hear out of someone's mouth in 2020? Sami Callihan the face in the Tessa Blanchard rematch to try to get the title back. That is something you didn't expect to hear.
Speaking of shit that you didn't expect to hear, my man
Marty,
Marty,
a fart sound coming
you
up.
did not expect that. But my man Marty Scurll, yo, signed a new deal. The ink has dried and Marty is getting paid, ladies and gentlemen.
A new deal that FDR would be proud of, man. It was an incredible deal. He is the head booker.
Yes, for himself.
Of ROH, and he's
ROH.
allowed to go to NWA.
And all he has to do is make 40 appearances, right, for ROH?
40 dates, yo.
The 40
And you're getting main roster
WWE main roster
money.
Applause. That's how
you get
you
it done.
do it.
That's very evil of you.
He
So,
fucking, yes.
so you think he books himself as a champion now?
Hell yeah. The real world's champion. Fuck nigga.
Because
No,
you
I'm
know
just saying.
ROH shit the bed back in April.
But you know what? That would be very Vince Russo if he won the title and he's just like, I'm the head booker.
It wouldn't be the first time that it happened.
I'm sure
Yeah,
if
that's what I
Marty's not
mean,
gonna
like,
book himself in the main
All right,
event
Kevin
right away.
Nash, take a seat.
Yeah, if he don't book himself in the main event right away, I think like he's probably gonna start the story of the road to his championship reign.
I don't know. I feel like he's if he's a smart businessman, then he builds himself a little roster and like a kind of stable, right? That he doesn't. He was only doing 40 appearances.
Yeah.
As a booker, you know that like that's hard to work around for a whole year. So you gotta build other dudes that are gonna take airtime. You give them that Villain Club rub.
At least 12 are pay-per-views, right?
Yeah. So I mean.
Okay.
Pay-per-views. It's funny you say that. Not every company has 12 pay-per-views a year.
That is true.
AEW,
True.
right, has committed to the Big Four. They were talking about it, and I love it. I think we should talk about that in some future show. I'm going to throw that out there.
Okay.
Speaking about AEW real quick, so AEW and Warner Media have extended their Dynamite contract till 2023.
Holla.
Yes.
Okay.
It's you said 42 or 43?
So they like what they saw?
2023.
No, 43 million or 46 whatever.
Something
It's in the
like that.
40s. The fact of the matter is that now they have to pay for their own production.
Okay.
So they're not taking all of that home, right? Like it's there's some that's going to be expenditure, right, to produce the show, and hopefully they spend quite a bit, because that's the one thing that people have constantly criticized AEW on, is the fact that it lacks a little bit of like finesse, right? There's just certain production things, cameras out of angles,
Missing
like
some
cuts,
spots.
yeah,
Not
missing
getting
spots on
all of
camera.
it.
So
But we're spoiled, you know.
I mean,
We're
yeah.
spoiled, so who cares? Who gives a fuck?
Speaking about spoiled,
AEW's coming to Jersey soon, right?
they are.
No doubt. We're
They
gonna
will
hit that up.
have their first East Coast presence on March 25th at Prudential Center in Newark,
They're doing
Newark,
big
New
things.
Jersey.
I mean, I don't blame them. They for reing up to 2023. I like what I've seen. Okay, I like what I've seen, but I haven't seen something yet that makes me go, "Holy shit, yo!" AEW's doing their damn
Not
thing.
until Moxley's their champ.
I don't think that making him champ will make me do that anymore, because I already see it.
What's gonna make you do that? Like, what are you asking for?
I don't know yet.
What do you want them to do? Like,
I don't want nobody. I don't want no dead bodies and anything like that. But
Go to watch.
know?
Go
Nah,
watch
they-
Nick Gage if you want dead bodies.
But I don't know.
MDK all day, baby.
It's kind of lacking drama, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
What if you bring New Japan over to AEW? Because you know that's what Jericho's trying to do right now.
You're saying better talent? I think the talent is fine. I think they got
No.
more than
What if
enough
they work
talent.
together?
Oh, but yeah, the partnership. Yeah, I want to see that shit. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Is
Hell
that
yeah.
gonna make you watch? Is that gonna excite you?
Oh yes. Yes.
Is that gonna
I'm
excite
already
you?
excited right now.
Did you pop a Blue Chew?
Yo, speaking of Bluetooth, no one's gonna talk about my beautiful, beautiful microphone.
Is that what you have in your mouth?
Oh,
It's not in my mouth. What's
Well-
wrong with you?
Oh.
it looks pretty cute actually.
What's the fucking problem?
I
Does
thought,
it look familiar? It looks like
I thought JP was here, but
oh,
he's not.
jeez, Louise.
Only the best things come from
the
this.
spest.
The asbestos things comes from here in this.
Speaking of spoiled, right? Were you gonna talk
Yes.
about MJF?
Yes, I
Yes.
was. Yes, I
MJF
was.
and his little Rosie O'Donnell appearing
Oh my
ass.
god. Oh my god.
Shout out to Rosie O'Donnell.
Shout out.
Shout out to Cody bringing that up.
We will talk about
We'll
that.
get there. We'll get there.
So he's done with MLW. I thought it would be about time. You know, I love MLW, but I thought he kind of like AEW was
No,
gonna be
yeah,
his thing, right? Like he's
that's-
probably not doing indie shit, and he's probably not doing any other companies.
No, and AEW signed him for 5 years.
Oh yeah, they oh, minor detail, they fucking locked him up.
Yeah,
So,
pretty much.
and there was there's big money in that contract, if I'm not mistaken.
Shout out to the
In the
Warhorse.
AEW contract, and like options for more years. So it was like backloaded so that they could sign talent and whatever.
Well, now.
Blah blah blah.
Smart
What's
move.
interesting is that MJ fucking F is focusing his talents on AEW. I hope he sharpens up in the ring though.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Se zafaron los
And with this, we
guantes.
have some sad news to report today.
Yes, we do.
We have lost a legend today, guys. WWE Hall of Famer Rocky Johnson has passed earlier today at the age of 75.
They didn't say yet of what happened? Or?
They haven't released no details yet, but it was reported by the Cauliflower Alley Club.
Yeah,
that
and
he
it was
has passed.
confirmed like online and everywhere. I think Dave Meltzer talked about it.
Condolences to The Rock, man.
Absolutely.
Warm thoughts to the families, and hope, they cope well with it.
Yeah.
Moving to SmackDown, guys.
Moving to SmackDown.
And no jokes or pun intended or anything, but SmackDown was pretty fucking somber itself. I thought that shit was whack as hell.
You did not enjoy the return of on Reddit I post this tag team, but wrong names only. But John Morrison and The Miz.
Who the fuck is that guy?
No. No, I don't care. I don't care. I thought Johnny Morrison was a terrible Impact World Champion. I thought he's always been like a half-ass actor. Like, he's a tremendous in-ring talent. Like, he's fucking great. But I never cared for him.
Who's great?
Great. Johnny Morrison, man.
I thought you said he was fucking good.
Valkyrie, that is great. Is he's fucking up. So, Elias. I love watching Elias come back and do his thing.
Yes. He sang a song.
I was
love the lyrics.
surprised that he was talking about a sex tape. I was like,
Hey.
oh shit. Paige is back in the news.
Hey.
And speaking about Elias, they just re-signed him to a major contract.
Oh, they did? Yo,
They
everybody's getting money.
Got locked up for most like another 5 years.
Let's lock in that talent, Vince. You already know what's up, buddy.
Bray Wyatt's storyline with Daniel Bryan is interesting, but I don't care.
He turned him into the dragon, right?
Yeah, the
so
American
what
dragon.
happens now after he loses again?
He's going to turn him into a baby.
You think he loses?
Yeah, hell yeah, he loses miserably.
Yo, Fiend can't lose right
The Fiend's
now.
not gonna lose till Mania, and the guy that's gonna do it, mark my words, will be Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns will defeat.
Yo, I think
Bray Wyatt.
I think I know what the Fiend's weakness is.
What? Porno?
Besides that, shout out to JoJo.
Hey.
Wow.
What if he loses his mask? That's his weakness. Or if you turn the red light off
Oh,
during his matches.
something as simple and subtle as that.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's got to break the lighting board. Oh, that'd be dope if they had like a brawl that led to like the lighting board that led to fucking like the lights coming back on and then the Fiend being all frayed out. That'd be interesting. Although it's like, yo, Vince, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Why?
Why do you
Vince?
keep turning the
Why?
red lights
Pa
on?
que
You just
tigre.
fucked up with my whole like kayfabe.
Stupid idiot!
Stupid idiot.
Sasha Banks and Lacey Evans.
Sasa, sassy Sasa. She's not ratchet.
Yeah, she is.
Lacey Evans
Is
is
she
doing
from
her
Jersey
thing.
City?
Craziest.
Look,
Laziest.
really, the only thing that mattered on SmackDown was the Usos, right? The Usos looking like the Puerto Rican kids in the block that were mad bad. And they had
Shout
the
out-
silver
shout out-
teeth.
shout out
You
to
remember-
Shout out to childhood.
Shout out to
remember
Menudo.
You remember those little motherfuckers with the silver teeth? Yo, they always had them. You're like, oh, you a bad
Stop.
motherfucker. Yo, you always breaking
He
shit.
said menudo.
Shout out to Ricky Martin.
Living la vida loca. So the Usos are back and they united front and blah 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 blah. I don't.
Sheamus.
Sheamus.
He's back, yo.
Oh yeah, Sheamus is
that guy?
exactly.
Exactly.
But he's like beefing with Chad Gable, right? He cut a promo on Chad Gable.
I gotta start slow.
Rise
I don't
in
know, man.
size.
Gotta start
Yo, SmackDown lost all my interest.
Yo, for
Smack
real.
that about to get smacked. Let's get raw.
Yeah,
Let's get raw, baby.
Let's get raw. That shit is mad low, yo. You can't put volume on that. What's
Oye,
what's
sube
up?
el volumen. Préndela, préndela, préndela.
There you go.
So, good thing about Raw this week was that it was actually good.
liked
It started
it.
with a fucking banger.
Bang her,
Triple
just like I
threat
banged
match.
her.
Wow. Every time.
Every time.
AJ Styles and Randy Orton get into it in the mic, and then they start measuring their ideas for the Rumble and their thoughts on how it's gonna work out.
Family show.
And then Drew McIntyre comes out,
Family show.
and he says, "Yo, let's fucking bang right now, yo. I'm fucking you both up." And then
Say
we had a
what?
banger, yo.
Wow. That was
that
that
on
was a
Cinemax?
lot to say.
That was verbatim.
wow. Yeah, that was well, something that needs to be recited and learned verbatim at the Performance Center from now till in perpetuity
Of this many.
is Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman, and R-Truth in the ring. Wow, that was a good shot. We've seen some pretty shitty segments, and Paul Heyman has gotten stale to me.
Is he related to John Stamos?
Stamos, yeah,
I
he's a
was gonna
sexy
say that.
motherfucker.
I forgot his first name.
But R-Truth, 24/7, 7-Eleven, I-95 in Kentucky
And
European.
440 on IHOP.
South.
Champion.
is gold, yo. He's gold. He's so fucking funny, bro.
Yeah. That's
Yo,
not his entrance
that's
music.
not his entrance music.
Close
That's
enough.
awful. What? What's up? You know who knew what's up? Brock Lesnar. Yo,
No nice things have happened.
yo, Brock Lesnar was like, "That's what's up."
With his manliest of voices. Ladies and gentlemen, we finally got Bobby Lashley and Rusev.
Basura.
Yo,
Was it
fuck
what you
fuck
wanted?
your mouth.
Was it what you needed? Huh?
I'd rather chill with Mr. Hanky.
It's not the hero we want, but it's the hero we
It's
deserve.
the hero we deserve.
Fam, this storyline is so bad, it's good. It's entertaining. You want this shit to be entertaining, right? You're spending all this time of your day to watch this bullshit. It might as well be entertaining. Yes?
I'd rather watch.
But the one thing, though, the only thing problem with that is that it's not.
I'd rather watch Love and
Two
Hip
dogs fucking. Oh, I thought you were worried.
No,
Right.
what am I, Rory Gulak?
Nah, I give you that. It gives them something to do, and the matches aren't disappointing. I love when they actually gotten into altercations, like the fucking stage incident on Raw, where he was handcuffed and he still shoved him over off the
Oh,
stage.
yeah, that was
shit
dope.
was dope.
That was dope.
Their matches have been dope. Well, they had a match before this was in Oh no, they didn't have it because Kevin Owens came out.
Yeah. He interrupted that
Shit.
shit, but it was good.
This one wasn't a
like
bad
him.
match.
I like him in the ring. Most important though of note is Liv Morgan coming out, getting all wet.
Baby.
So Lana took some indie wrestlers' drink and poured it and
Stand up.
spilled it on Liv Morgan's face. And the more and more I watch these stupid ass, weird
You
ass
playing Rewind
segments,
too, yo?
stop it.
Me either.
No nice
Me
things.
either.
No nice things.
I
Yo.
love
We
you,
can
Liv.
have a
No
single
nice
fucking.
things.
I live for this shit.
No.
I'm just saying.
What I kept thinking was, yo, I kind of like this shit. I kind of like this shit, yo. This shit is entertaining me, yo. I hate it. I hate that I like it. It's like daytime television. It's like a shitty ass fucking like corny ass movie that you watch and you're like, oh, this shit is cheesy as hell. It's like a Tyler Perry movie. All right?
Jesus.
Hell yeah.
Shout
That
out to
motherfucker's
Tyler
like,
Perry.
well, I guess we're all friends here now, huh? Ha 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 ha. Get the fuck out of here, man.
You in
Stay
love,
tuned for the Tyler Perry shooting the ish coming soon.
so you're in love with Medea?
Yo, good lord. You're in love with, you look like the
Shooting the
Medea
ish with
type.
Medea.
Shooting my ish on Medea.
Yo,
How about that one?
You know who was shooting their ish? Oscar, baby!
Asquerosa.
Asquerosa shot her asquerosa ass miss
Yeah.
in Becky Lynch's face. My
Damn.
favorite part of all of that, right? Number one is how Becky Lynch sold it, right? She was top notch.
Yo, she oversold that shit.
I loved it. I loved it.
You love what?
Though I loved it.
Okay.
The way she sold
That
it,
movie
she was
sucked.
screaming, "Give me the freaking mic! Give me the like there was passion, man. Like she was intense. I loved it. And number two, how Kairi Sane was poking her with the umbrella.
Yo, that shit was dope. That shit was money.
That's when Kairi Sane popped the.
She's there poking her like
thing.
me poking your mom on Facebook.
Wow.
Are you gonna poke me back?
Hey, with
I'm
what?
waiting.
Hey.
You should get tested. I'm just saying, like I don't know things.
For
but-
what?
There's
Steroids?
enough money in the budget. For
Yeah,
us.
okay.
We can afford it, guys.
Okay, my friend.
Listen.
Let's start a GoFundMe.
I'm strong where it counts. All right.
Get Pretty Chubby Flacco tested.
Gordito, pero fuertico.
Yeah.
Alistair Black defeated Buddy Murphy and Will
What
Wilson.
a fucking match.
But it
Yes.
had a little botch at the end.
With the ref.
I'll take it.
What happened?
Yeah, the ref, the ref.
Yo,
One of the strongest finishers in the WWE got shat on. Oh my
my
God, I forgot.
They ruined the
This,
fucking
yes, the black
man.
mask. This fucking ref. Yo, it had to be the ref. This fucking ref, right?
Fucking ref.
Buddy Murphy is dead after a black mass, a beautiful black mass that puts him on his ass, right? He's out. Fucking easy pin. 1, 2, 3. No. He lifted his shoulder. My man did not move for 40 minutes. He was on the there was no movement. And Buddy Murphy's like, what the fuck?
And on the replay, you hear Big Joseph saying, yeah, he picked up his right shoulder. Bullshit.
No, but that's what you say, right? On commentary, like you gotta give the narrative.
So wait, who fucked up, the ref or Big Murphy?
It was a ref. It was a
had
ref.
to be, yo, they've built the black mass to be so strong. Nobody's kicked out of that shit. So for that to happen,
that's crazy.
it had to be a fucking botch.
And to happen to Buddy again?
And then immediately after, but it wasn't his. He was laying there,
Yeah.
yo, as the fucking
That's
dead
some bad
person,
luck.
as the dead body. You lay there and you're dead. Like that's it. There's nothing more for you to do. He didn't sell. Like he didn't have to do nothing. The rep was just like, "Oh, you picked up your shoulder," and he's like, "The fuck, son."
What do you mean I picked up my shoulder?
That is so. We were talking about AEW production. That's part of this shit. That like, yo, come on, son.
Come on, fam.
Damn. But more importantly than the match, which was a tremendous match, was the aftermath of the match. And so, la-di-da-di-da, fucking Buddy Murphy is outside just fucking like, woe is me, my life sucks, don't fucking talk to me, I'm so sad. Samudio. And Eric Rowan has his fucking squash match. Buddy Murphy does not fucking flinch. He's just laying there fucking crying and shit, like looking like the end of, like his puppy just died. Ooh. He's having the worst day of his life. And then
I like puppies.
We have the main event of the evening with him still outside. We have a fist fight. And a fist fight, we found the rules to be
you fight till
essentially
you're dead.
You fight till you die. No, it's like a fucking last man standing match with no fucking counting. Or it's
was
like
it WWE's version of Bloodsport?
I heard the ref has to decide whether you're incapable of continuing.
Yeah, it's like when you played like WCW No Mercy and
Nothing
shit.
like
or
it.
WCW No Mercy. WCW NWA Revenge. I just mixed two games and shit. Revenge and you fucking put like TKOs. Right?
Yeah.
And that's how you end.
Okay.
TKOs.
TKO.
Yeah.
Three finish.
Until the pixels are like, ya no quiero más. I'm done. Fucking done, son.
Speaking of the pixels, man, what happened?
Wait! Motherfucker.
Nah, I didn't go. I wasn't pulling the trigger. Yeah, I was.
You changed this whole shit.
Nah, I'm waiting for you to.
Yo, I hate you, man. You're garbage.
I didn't think you needed
Number
to see
one, alright, was that Buddy Murphy ends up fucking coming in and helping Seth Rollins and AOP do defeat Big Show, who got assaulted and never showed up, fucking Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe, and now we have a beautiful faction. But more importantly than all that is how Kevin Owens ran up the ramp. Did you see that?
Oh,
that's how I'd be diving into every mom's DM.
Yo,
shout out to Rugged Maniac.
You don't talk to. I bet you just talk to dad. Yo, calm down. All right?
Shout out to Rugged Maniacs.
Dads that used to be
all
moms.
Them shits
wow.
Them 5K runs that they be doing, running up.
You out of pocket.
Them walls up there. I'm pretty sure Kevin Owens can do it.
Listen,
Bro.
Power.
Ladies and gentlemen, it struck midnight and it began to be Tuesday.
Into the battle.
Woo! Into the fire, not power. But into the fire. Yeah.
I was thinking about the wrong power. Sorry.
Big Papa Pop, the mathematician. Yo, I'm excited.
Fuck Dre. I mean, yeah.
Listen,
wrong power.
NWA is supposed to be that nostalgic, like, kind of caricature of what wrestling is. That's why it's in studio. That's why it's so successful.
See.
And having a character like Big Papa Pump go on there, drop F-bomb, say whatever the fuck he want, do whatever the fuck he want,
Spitting that math.
is amazing.
Spitting that math that nobody gets.
So that's number one. Number two, fucking Ricky Starks.
Yo, that motherfucker took my gimmick.
He's taking your gimmick again,
He's
yo.
taking my gimmick, bro.
He stroked Zicky's mom. Fucking.
You need to
How you
copyright
feel
that
about
stuff,
that,
man.
yo?
I don't know, but what he called Zicky Dice? He called him the poor Guy Fury, the bootleg Guy Fury.
Damn, harsh words.
That shit was
Yo.
funny.
But hey, he got a bright future, man. Listen, I love the Strictly Business. I don't know where they're going with this Nick Aldis versus this old timer here, Ricky Morton, next week.
Spoiler alert.
Whatever. I'm sure good things will come from it.
I hope so.
Well, something came good out of Powerrr this week. Shout out to Melina.
Camille? Oh, yeah, shout out to Melina.
Oh, my goodness.
And that split. Oh, my God. We
y'all
back
chill.
to the
I
old
used to
days.
have a full split badge once upon a time ago.
Well, I surely assure you,
Don't call me Shirley.
that Melina made a big impact
All right.
with that split.
You know what's funny? We didn't cover fucking Impact.
We didn't?
No, the fucking pay-per-view.
Oh, there was pay-per-views this weekend, right?
But
Hard to Kill.
Oh,
And what was the best thing that came out of that pay?
All we talked about was Tessa Blanchard fucking being a racist fuck.
Oh, man.
We didn't talk about anything else.
All right, so let's get into Hard to Kill before we get into Impact because
we got time to kill?
yeah, we do have some
Asshole.
time to kill.
Where is it? I don't even see that shit.
I got you. So this weekend, ladies and gentlemen, Hard to Kill. It started off with our boy Ace Austin. Shout out to the Ace Austin Shooting the Ish interview coming soon. Look out for that. Our boy Ace Austin, who also decided to steal your gimmick. If
Another one. What is it with all these mom lovers, bro?
yeah, man. You need to get
I'm
on your
a
shit.
I don't blame them. They have
You're
good
a
taste.
mother lover. We should fuck each
But
other's
speaking of
mother.
good taste, if you was looking for a high quality matchup with Ace Austin and Trey, you definitely got it, man. That I think it was one of the
High flying,
impactful
like, real
matches of the
quick,
night, no
like
pun
bang,
intended.
bang, bang, bang. I love anything Rob Van Dam does. Did you see the promo that came out?
We'll get there. We will get there because
That
I
shit-
want to get there.
Yo, get there, get there.
There was some nostalgia to Hard to Kill when it first opened up. The first match of the night was Ken Shamrock actually versus Madman Fulton. I felt like I was watching. It was the '90s, and I was watching. I don't know.
Sunday Night Heat?
One of the In Your Houses with Ken Shamrock for like the Intercontinental title or some
This
shit.
is like
I thought you were talking about the blurry channels.
Oh no.
Oh.
We're not talking about Rob Van Dam. Goddamn! I thought we got it.
No.
Shout out to those blurry channels.
But that was a pretty dope match. Good to see Ken Shamrock back into it. I was impressed with what I saw, man. I didn't expect much, to be honest, from Mr. Ken Shamrock, but he held his own. Madman Fulton took the L, put Mr. Shamrock over, which was nice. Taya Valkyrie defeated Jordan Grace and ODB in a triple threat match for the Women's Championship, the Knockout Championship.
It was dope triple threat.
I liked it. But yes, Rob Van Dam.
Valkyrie's just a fucking beast. I'm sorry. She's fucking amazing.
Rob Van Dam and Brian Cage ended in a stoppage, ladies and gentlemen. Cage slapped hands with a fan outside ringside. Now, this is where we're gonna get to now because Mischief. Why don't you tell us what it is specifically you love about Mr. Rob Van Dam that was so recent?
His porno video, that promo that he had. I love
promo.
his porno.
One night in Katy?
Yo, yeah, and her
And
banging ass friend too.
Well, her banging ass friend was in the crowd. Played the role as the side chick, a legit side chick would, and turns on Brian Cage. How a fan turns on you, I don't get. But yeah, they had to stop it. He had a cut on his face, and it wound up being Van Dam versus Daga, who wound up fighting, and then Rob Van Dam got the
Which
win.
apparently RVD was concussed and doesn't even remember that match.
Yes.
Yes.
Because after doing the Van Daminator on Brian Cage, he got a concussion. It's crazy.
I think it was all the weed.
So you got Cage with a mouthful of blood, and then you got Rob Van Dam.
Concussed and horny.
But we still managed to get our promo.
Sounds like somebody that I know.
Hey,
you
listen,
live
I ain't
concussed.
pointing all over.
Listen, I broke my ankle, but
Not your dick.
Pero se te para todavía.
I had priorities. So Michael Elgin defeated
Shout out
Eddie
to his boyfriend.
Edwards in a dope match. Moose defeated Rhino.
That was an entertaining match.
I liked it.
I liked it. It was like heavy hitting,
yeah.
bang, bang, bang. I liked it.
What I didn't like was what the fuck was he thinking? What the fuck was Moose thinking?
Moose
Dude,
don't think.
He had the old school Randy Savage pink trunks with the yellow boots, but like, I don't know. He did some weird shit. Like the stars weren't
He did the flying elbow too, right?
Yeah. It was like homage to Randy Savage, but it was like forgivable Randy Savage from the Dollar Tree.
From Canal Street.
Yeah, you know where like the stars were melting off the shorts and shit.
The stars were at the bottom.
Yeah.
Of the pants.
The match was
They were
dope, though,
in one
which
boot.
was what-
They just fell off and
which
fell in
was
his
what
boot.
was really important. So
Fucking cheap ass. Yo, he did that shit in his basement with an iron press.
listen,
He's like,
the Impact tag titles were up for grabs. Our boy Willie Mack and Rich Swann had to defend, but had a chance to win it, but Willie Mack was short-handed, bro. Rich Swann got hurt.
Rich Swann legitimately broke his, I think his ankle.
Yeah,
The night before.
I know what that's like, brother. Willie Mack had to defend for himself, and it didn't work out. So he was doing well though. They put him over in the match, so it was a pretty entertaining match.
He had that dope Canadian Destroyer from the top.
Yeah.
That shit was
Speaking of Canadian Destroyer,
Oof.
there was one or two of them in the following match. The main event. Tessa Blanchard defeating Sami Callihan to become the first ever woman Impact's World Heavyweight Champion. And yeah, she whooped his ass, and he whooped her ass, and they
whooped each other's ass.
It was a fucking battle.
It was exactly what a women's match in a mainstream like program needs to look like. It needs to look violent. A woman needs to look like she could defend herself like adequately, so it's realistic. And she was violent enough to make it happen. It was a dope match for sure, and she won the fucking heavyweight title.
Okay, can we say legitly now, or is it fair to just be like Charlotte and Tessa are in competition?
Nah, cause I mean Charlotte's got like 37 championships, right?
Let me just say some
Plus
words
another
out to you.
37.
Let me just say some things real quick.
Say words.
Ric Flair,
Okay.
Tully,
Okay.
Four Horsemen,
Yes.
history, tradition, competition, daughters, pedestals, legacies. These are things that
These are random things in your apartment.
and they make no sense. And what does that have to do? Nothing.
But
Nothing.
don't move it around because he'll forget about it.
I will forget.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we
He
talking
wipes
about?
the bull and not his ass. Yeah, that's a real story.
I don't know. I feel like maybe Flair and Tully.
One more match?
Nah. These girls,
Yo.
I think they have a fucking name to. They have shoes to fill.
They've got a built-in storyline whenever their paths cross.
I honestly feel like Tessa Blanchard, she's like called out all these like big female names.
Think
wrestling
about
names.
it, yo.
Okay.
I think she's gonna wind up in WWE.
Well, no, I don't think so. I think
No,
Tessa
I
could
think
be the
so.
one to not be because she could be already. She declined. She got a contract, and she declined that.
But she's also 23.
True that. So
She
you never
could-
say never in this business. That's a fact.
She could be in WWE in 3 years.
And I think that'll prove my point even more.
But keep in
that
mind.
I think there's a competition between
But keep
Tessa
in mind that
and-
Charlotte Flair is also like 32.
Is she really?
And she just got engaged to Andrade, and they could be starting a
Fuck
family in
age,
the near
man.
future.
Fuck age because Tessa obviously is gonna be doing it after Charlotte's doing it, but
But I'm talking about that match.
Them two?
What are the odds that we get to see those two in a ring together?
Oh,
nah, we'll
the
definitely
odds.
see it. We'll
Because
definitely
they're
see
like
I
10
don't-
years apart.
Definitely
Yeah,
see
it
it.
definitely is strong, bro. I don't see
Nah,
that
I think-
as a definitely.
I think Tessa is not gonna stay in Impact too much longer after this. I think that's it. She does her reign. Probably does another couple.
and then again, her
pay-per-views.
her dad is in AEW, so
That's what I'm saying.
he might be putting in a word for her.
Tessa might run AEW, or I don't see any other woman right now competing with Charlotte or close to competing with Charlotte quicker than Tessa would be. I think the fathers are there.
Oh
the
no,
pedigree
I
is
have
there.
I have a name for you, Rhea Ripley.
Oh.
She just got here, bruh.
Bro,
Yeah, I don't
but
think she's
she's
there
a
yet.
fucking beast.
But
She
she's
just got
someone
it.
that can
She has
eventually.
potential.
Yeah. I
like,
feel you on that.
Like WWE is gonna be her fucking playground. Watch.
Uh-huh.
NXT already
Well,
is.
talk to us about it, PCF. What else happened this weekend?
So this past weekend we had NXT UK Blackpool 2.
There's so much wrestling. There's so much wrestling.
And we started off with a banger. Eddie Dennis defeating...
Yeah, it was a triple threat match on Raw.
Besides that. Eddie Dennis defeated Trent Seven in a hard-hitting match.
Yo! Shout out to Scott Hall and his fucking Razor's Edge because they fucking did it justice in this match. Especially the one off the fucking ring.
Yeah.
Holy
that
shit
shit was dope. That shit was dope. And then we had the triple threat for the NXT UK Women's Championship where Kaylee Ray defeated and retained her title over Toni Storm and Piper Niven. That shit was dope too.
I think Toni Storm is that chick to boost the match.
I hate Piper Niven's ring gear. I feel like whoever did that shit was lazy. Like, it's just so plain.
You know Juanita in the thing.
Yo, Juanita, ponte a coser, manín. Oye, necesita más tela. Right?
I think Juanita only knows how to cook.
No.
She doesn't know how to sew.
Listen, it looks nice, but it's just plain. Like, you see all the other girls, they have like more complicated outfits. I think it would be, so it makes her look more important.
What do you see Piper Niven in?
I don't know.
Besides my bed.
Yo. That's why we can't have nice things. Maybe Toni Storm, though. Kaylee Ray, though, retains. Kaylee Ray taking advantage of a nice spot at the end, right? Piper Niven and Toni Storm exchanging blows. Toni Storm with the, what's it called? The Stormbreaker or some shit like that? Fucking something like that. For her finisher, and then Kaylee Ray fucking taking advantage. The ladder match.
No, you forgot Tyler Bate versus Jordan Devlin.
Tyler
Bate.
Yes.
Tyler Bate over Jordan Devlin. That shit was a dope match too, man.
That was the one I really wanted to see. Surprisingly enough, I did like the Trent a little bit better. But, yo, Tyler Bate and Devlin on paper was just...
Blah, blah, blah. Ladder match. Banger!
That ladder match. So it was a fatal four-way ladder match for the UK Tag Team Championship.
So what was that? Did I see a fucking Spanish fly off a fucking ladder?
It's some shit. Yo, a ladder broke in half. In that fucking match.
That's the match.
So Gallus retained over the grizzled young veterans Imperium and Flash Morgan and Webster.
I was going for Imperium.
Flash Morgan and Mark Adams.
Yeah. The UK Championship, right? Walter retains.
Mercado?
Duh.
Not that one.
Right? Walter was going to win, right? No doubt.
Yeah.
What happened afterwards is what was more interesting. Imperium standing proud in the ring after having defended the world championship, right? Standing behind their leader.
And who shows up?
Fuck Adam Cole,
That's
man.
Right. That's right. So,
I fucking hate
and
that
his
drop.
goons had to, show up and
Goonies.
let these guys know that NXT UK is dope. Fuego, lit. We love it. But don't forget, don't get it twisted. Y'all just a sub-branch of what the Undisputed Era runs on a weekly basis on Wednesday nights. Speaking of Wednesday nights, let's fucking get there. Because it's Wednesday, and, we had a war.
All right. Just the quick hits, right?
Yeah.
We're not going to go through all of it. But Cody cuts a promo on MJF, and he essentially accepts, as we knew he would, to all of Cody's conditions, all of which include 10 lashings and a cage match with Wardlow
Next week.
and not touching MJF
I think MJF got access to some of those home videos of my mom whooping my ass with that fucking belt.
Oye,
Pendejo.
el cinto hace daño. Eso duele. Yo, I love Cody's promos. He knows how to cut a passionate promo. You can see that, like, his dad very much lives on in him. He can sell anything. He could fucking make you want to buy anything. He made this moment important. He called out MJF's past. He cut the kind of promo that babyface is cut. Yo, he's going to be a very, very solid fucking babyface for a very, very, very long time because he talks like that and he knows how to fucking work. And if he could take these, he's going to take these 10 lashings. There's no question. But if he does more shit like that all the time, like his dad was the kind of guy that would put himself out there for the company, right? He was a company man. Bladed himself to fucking to complete like mutilation, right? His forehead was fucked up from all those cuts because he was like, I'm gonna put on a show.
Facts.
And he always put on a show. He didn't matter. It didn't matter when or where or how, what the conditions were. He always grabbed the mic, entertained, and fucking made it happen. And Cody is very much cut from the same cloth. Every time he picks up the mic, yo, he knows exactly what to say, exactly how to say it. Because a lot of wrestlers, a lot of guys, they can cut a fucking dope ass promo. But if you don't know how to say it, if you don't give it with like intensity, with some sort of flow and character, if there's no passion in your words, there's gotta be elevation. It's gotta make your skin bump, yo. You gotta feel those goosebumps. You gotta let the hair stand in the back of your neck.
You gotta make
And
my nips
Cody,
hard.
you gotta make your nips hard, yo. Cody knows how to do that.
That's all the time we have for you folks. I'm just playing.
Okay.
I was like, damn.
I'm about to take it home.
Well, that's what I was excited for. The rest of the show, I could take a leave, to be honest. It was some pretty dope matches.
Moxley Guevara, man, was dope.
Except the Moxley thing. Let's go over the Moxley thing.
So
real quick. We got new number one contenders for the AEW tag team titles.
Yes, we do.
Kenny Omega and Adam Page.
Okay.
The drunk
Mischief
Adam
said
Page
something.
who's just like wilding out now?
Mischief called it earlier off air, for those of you who weren't paying attention off air.
You should have been here.
He's calling the Hangman heel turn. I second that, man. I think Hangman's turning heel.
Duh, right? That's gotta make the most sense. Unless Kenny Omega just turns on him. And just fucking like AEW is very clear in that they don't care for heel babyface.
Or Darby Allin. Because Pac defeats Darby Allin in the main event to become the number one contender if he can defeat Jon Moxley next week.
Yo, but we didn't talk about Jon Moxley getting the shit.
Yo.
The ever-living shit beat out of him.
You want to talk about paliza. It's
right?
Una fucking paliza.
So, as Pac is talking, right, Moxley is breaking out of a fucking ambulance. That's the visual. Fucking looking like Solid Snake. Coming out there in the eye patch and camo and shit.
Kicking the door 8 times and then just turning the knob open.
That's a badass image. Think, right? The greatest wrestler that ever lived, in my opinion, is going to be and will forever be Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? Stone Cold Steve Austin, not because he was a great wrestler in the ring, although he was amazing in the ring. It was his
ability to do this.
He's my childhood hero, right? So he was able to fucking carry himself in a kind of way where, like, even when he wasn't in the ring, you knew he was ready to fuck shit up, right? He was getting arrested, and like the swag he had as he was fucking going down the hallway, like you were like, yo, he will fuck somebody up. When he's fucking walking with the duffel bag before WrestleMania 17, and he's walking, and he fucking looks at the cameraman, he doesn't say shit. That image will forever burn in my mind because it is a legendary image. It shows you how he can just fucking, he's got that charisma about him, right? And that badassery about him. And they really did that with Moxley here. I feel like they really painted him to be like just this fucking yo, you just got fucking ripped, bro.
And I walked out.
And I'm still gonna face Pac for that number one contendership. Cause I'm going, fuck.
Still gonna kick his ass.
I can't wait. We gotta see what happens with that one. NXT though had their own shindig this week. Battle Royal. Never have I ever wanted to be the referee so bad.
Yo, what is up with
in my life?
What's up with you, man?
Yeah, there was a Battle Royal to crown the new number one contender for the women's championship. And let me just recite some of these names here. Bianca Belair, Tegan Knox, Mercedes Martinez.
Oh, new signing for
NXT.
Yes, sir.
The latest signing.
Candice LeRae, Chelsea Green. Hey. Dakota Kai, Vanessa Bourne, Kaden Carter, Mia Yim, Santana Gary, Io Shirai, Shotzi Blackheart.
Shotzi had a dope fucking run in this match.
Yes, she did.
Xylee, Catanzaro, Baszler, Catalina, MJ Jenkins, Diona Purrazzo, and Jessica Maya.
Was in it too. Yes.
Bless you.
Dope.
So
Bianca Belair.
A lot of talent.
Beats ass, takes names,
yes,
and wins.
Yo, shout out to all the way fucking Baszler defeated. I mean, not Baszler. Who eliminated Bianca Belair eliminated
Io Shirai.
On a rough landing though, like
that shit was
she got
rough.
hurt. Preacher, heal her up a bit or whatever.
Oh, you want to do the heels, pops, and chair
Me
shots
and you,
of the week?
baby.
Heal
Easy.
for a bit.
Heel of the week.
Heal of the week, baby.
Jericho for beating the shit out of fucking Moxley. That's what you got to do, right?
Heel of the week, Tessa Blanchard.
Oh, you got me beat.
Ooh. Yo. So okay, I
Easy,
wanted to. I didn't
Tessa
get
Blanchard.
to say nothing, but real quick.
Yeah, good.
After the end of the pay-per-view, she actually got on the mic and she was like, "Yo,
Oh, she talked about it real quick, briefly. Yeah,
she didn't really. She just goes, people aren't perfect. Nobody's perfect.
She did that shit.
Yo, like
She
that's
called
confirmation,
somebody
right?
the
That's confirmation.
N-word. Yo.
So, damn.
Yo,
Nah.
but how old was she when this shit happened? Was it like 2017? So she was like what, like 20?
I mean, that plays a role.
It was
too.
2017 in
You got-
Japan.
Does it play a
You
role,
have to,
though?
you have to take that into consideration. I mean, age, people grow, people change, people.
It is true. Look at Lars Sullivan.
She wasn't winning the world. She wasn't winning the Impact's heavyweight championship
I'm
in New Japan on that
uncomfortable.
day. You feel me? Like, she was a different person.
What? I don't even know what to say, really, because
You can't really pick sides.
she's got...
It's-
If there's one thing, if, like, you show, like, remorse, you're like, yo, I'm sorry. But it didn't feel like that was that speech. That speech didn't feel like an I'm sorry speech. That speech was very much like, yo, people fuck up. All right, yo, have a good night. I'm the shit. Stop talking shit. Stop
I
being
never
a
really
hater.
thought of it like
That's how I felt when I heard it, right? She's just like, yo, people make mistakes. People be hating out there, blah, 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 blah. But I'm going to be champion, right? Like, she turned it back to,
But I'm
to
your
her.
champion.
Yeah, but I'm your champ, so eat shit. Suck
Damn.
my tits. That's pretty much what she said.
Oh.
That's what I heard. And, it makes it hard for me to, like, buy into now. Like, she's supposed to be a baby face, and, like, now she's the face of the company. And, like, I don't know, man. Leaves a sour taste in what should be, like, a monumental moment. The timing of all this is just real funky, man.
kind of bad timing. Yeah, I feel that.
It was
for sure.
really shitty timing. Pop of
Some
the
may
week.
say that's the pop, but I mean, can it really be a pop? Yo, there was a you deserve it, no you don't. Chant, dog. Like,
Battling
I've never heard some shit like that.
Chance.
Shit.
Pop of the week, Undisputed Era attacking Imperium.
Ooh,
Yes.
that could also be heel of the week.
In my house, it
but
was.
Tessa was the heel of the week.
Pop of the week could also be Rich Swann.
Rich
When
one?
the ankle pop. I mean,
No, that's your chair shot.
No,
of the
no,
week.
that's you
Shit
back in
shot.
July at Synergy.
facts.
Speaking of synergy, you bring up a very cogent point.
Synergy.
Synergy Wrestling Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday. gonna happen
Sábado
on
Gigante.
Saturday?
I don't know.
Not Sábado Gigante. That shit was canceled
I'll
years
take my
ago.
son to
At
wrestling.
7 p.m. in Hillsborough, New Jersey. You can watch it on Fight TV. If you're not going to be there, you have to check out Synergies Tomorrow Comes Today.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It's got blood feuds. It's got title matches. It's got a whole lot of holy shit because the Cruiserweight Crown qualifiers will be in the first round. I mean, will be the first round is going to be on this show.
Right, you got three
So-
of them. We got three.
Yes,
cruiserweight champs. Or four.
3-4-man matches.
Yeah, okay. 3-4 mans.
It's going to be incredible. We're going to cover the pre-show. The bad guys are going to be there at 6:30 p.m. You're going to be there live. Covering the pre-show, we're going to go over the card top to bottom, left to right. We're going to talk about Eric Corvus's I Quit match with LSG. We'll go more in depth about Brandon Kirk and Homicide getting it on in a no DQ street fight. And we're going to talk about...
Jordan Oliver and Anthony Gangon in a bad bloodbath. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, now is the time to get on this Synergy train. If you don't know about Synergy, get on it. And don't worry, the bad guys are here to tune you in. And
So, catch the pregame. Pregame, 6:30 p.m. Live from Hillsborough, New Jersey.
Eastern
Eastern time.
time. Eastern time.
Live from
That's a
Hillsborough,
big-
New Jersey. Catch us on YouTube. Pre-show, we're going to cover the whole card. We're going to have interviews. It's going to be a good time. Then right after, at 7 p.m., you're going to take your ass to Fight TV, and you're going to order that shit.
For
because-
$9.99.
Is that
right
true?
there.
$9.99.
And see, I didn't know that. I was like, oh,
$9.99.
$9.99.
Eso no
This
es
shit
nada.
costs $9.99.
I
Yo,
take your mama to eat for $9.99.
Yo, you a cheap bastard. Yo,
Oh.
McDonald's?
Nah, the place where
Burger King.
they cook in front of you and shit.
Oh, Hibachi?
Nah, Subway, they got the shit in front of you like that and shit. But yo,
Oh, I'm eating fresh.
chair shot of the week. Rich Swann is the ankle breaking and shit. My chair shot of the week, to be honest, is this whole Tessa thing, man. I can't think of any other thing in wrestling right now but this whole, you're right, I should be thinking about the history that's being made, and I can't
Right, it's an iconic moment. Like, she's the new champion. That's a man's place.
Yeah.
Like, glass ceilings shattered, new beginnings. You're a racist. Fuck. Yo,
Damn.
Like, damn. So it's like this big tainted moment. It's so unfortunate. If it would have happened like a week earlier, nobody, like, we all would be like,
nah,
holy
that's still
shit.
too nah.
No, I mean, if the match would have happened a week earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Like, if we didn't know about this shit, like, we'd be fucking up her ass. Like, holy shit. Like, it's such a moment. It's such a great moment for women. It's a great moment for her. The legacy, man. But you're right. All I can think about is that she's a fucking racist. That's just, damn.
That's crazy.
Damn. That's the reality, right? Like, yo, you gotta be like, yo, are we gonna support a racist here? Fuck. If we start cutting out wrestling because of racism,
but look at Jim Cornette. Like,
he's gone.
Halfway.
I mean, this isn't something that, it's going away.
Anybody could say some shit. Anybody could say some shit, slip up, fucking whatever, have a bad day, wild out. She supposedly spit on this girl. She supposedly called her the N-word. She has a history of, like, wilding out and being a shitty fucking teammate. Apparently, all these women, like, came out. Right, Priscilla Kelly talked about it. Allison Kay talked about it. So all these
this Me Too movement is real.
Yo, well, it's not quite that, but it's a moment that just, like, she tried to do something, right? Like, she was like, oh, I'm going to post up like, oh, women shouldn't power each other. And then, boom! Don't fucking open closets with skeletons in them, because them shits have
She
come
opened up a
out
can of worms for
you.
sure.
And that's unfortunate. But that shit is nuts. What are you going to do? That is the chair shot of the week.
Well, why don't we...
Look at Hogan!
Why don't we get some more insight on this, man? We got a special surprise for you listeners out there today.
Oh, yeah.
You thought we was done. But we not. We gonna call in some help. Our boy, Mr. Warren Hayes. You may know him from Wednesday and Friday nights on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. But
lower that shit, motherfucker. We're calling him.
Hey,
there we go.
There you go, right there. Our boy, Mr. Warren Hayes. How you doing? You live right now with the bad guys.
Is this? I'd like to have 2 medium pizzas, 2 toppings.
Oh, shit! Pretty chubby. He's talking to you.
This ain't 319 9000.
Let me get that credit card number. See, y'all motherfuckers don't know how to fucking do this, man.
We have pros over here.
Warren, how the hell are you, baby?
We apologize. We don't have the live video feed for you. We on audio, but we are live right now. You are talking to the world and the masses.
That's what. Hello, everyone, and thank you. Seriously, thank you guys for having me. I just literally finished doing the podcast over on Fightful, and we've been talking about doing this for a while, and our schedules are just crazy. I'm just glad I can be here. Thank you.
Oh, we're glad to have you, man. We're glad to have you, and we specifically need you, man, for a special topic we're discussing here, man. I'm sure you've heard, and it's been a loud weekend, man. Tessa Blanchard, where do we go from here?
Oh boy.
yeah, you're on the hot seat now.
Okay.
So we're just talking about obviously what's been going on and how we feel.
How do we proceed from here? Right? She is now the World Heavyweight champion for Impact. Warren, what do we do?
Oh man. Okay, you cannot but not break this one apart a little bit. Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff to unpack. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, I'm going to say this straight off the bat. What I think sucks the most of this entire situation is that we've completely lost focus of the fact that Impact has a woman as their world champion, and that's a shame because that's a big deal. But that's not what the conversation has twisted to, and honestly, Tessa only has herself to blame, because clearly, I mean, I don't know how long you guys have been wrestling fans listening to wrestling. She's clearly her father's daughter. If the stories that have been circulating about her are true, she's a Blanchard through and through. That's absolutely sure. Now, easily what she could have done, the easiest thing she could have done is own up to what happened and say, I'm sorry. I deeply regret.
Oh, we lost the feed.
Sorry
What's that?
about that, Warren. Technical, we lost the feed real quick.
Oh,
I think we're back now, though. Hello, Warren.
Are we good?
Yeah, you're good. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Okay. So basically, what I was saying is Tessa it could have been much more easily rectified. Tessa could have literally taken the time to say, I'm really, really sorry. And I apologize for my actions. I apologize for what I said. And I'm referencing that one N-word situation, which is the most egregious thing. And
she also spat in her face.
Yeah.
No, well, that's that whole situation, right? That's what I meant. She could have done, she could have owned up to it, apologized, and you know what? We'd all be talking about how great it is that Impact has done something very forward-thinking, very progressive. But instead, after she's done winning the title on Sunday night, she doubles down.
Yep. And I said that right before you joined us. I said she pretty much got on the mic and said, fuck you, suck my tits. And she was like, that's it. Like, I'm the champ, and you're going to eat it.
Damn, yo.
Exactly.
You're not lying. You're
one
not
of the
wrong
greatest-
right now.
She said, I have one of the greatest minds in wrestling I've ever known. You're like, my God, woman.
Yo, take the foot off the gas. Yo, let it air. Yo, awful. I know, and it's insane. So where do we go from here? What now? Because she already doubled down, right? She's already like, fuck it. I'm a genius. So now what?
You know, the thing, where do we go from here? Because the thing is that all these stories, we've known about Tessa Blanchard being hard to work with.
Yes.
This is something this is not new. I think the extent to which she has been, I've heard the Isla Dawn stories, by the way, where she did try to get Isla Dawn blackballed. Isla Dawn changed her wrestling name because she needed to get away from a stigma that Tessa Blanchard was creating for her. And you know, of course, never heard about the spitting N-word incident. That was new to me. But
well, just the fact that they came out and confirmed was crazy.
Right, and then all the women coming out in support, and they're just like, "Yeah, how about this? Hey, look at the receipt I have.
It's like
by the way,
they came out like roaches, man. Like, yo, scattering everywhere, man. Everybody had a story
piling.
from Tessa. Crazy.
Yeah, exactly. It's as if everyone has one, right? It's like everyone has one. And you know, I've heard things in WoW as well, women of wrestling, but you know, I've heard stuff. I'm not gonna. You know, it's rumor and innuendo, and I'm not going to go into that.
Oh, yeah, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear rumor and innuendo.
So your boy Sean Ross Sapp is all over it. He's going to blow some lids off in a couple of days. Trust me.
Oh, yes. Dirt.
So how do you feel about the heel route?
Going heel?
Yeah.
Don't you feel like she has to now? Like, she has to go heel.
Or do you think that might be too serious? Like, I don't know, man. I think that might go over crazy. Like, people might just start dying after that. Like, for real.
No, I think that you face it in all its fury. She already grabbed the mic and she's like, people fuck up. I'm a genius. She Kanye. She basically went on the mic and did Kanye. Holy shit. She Kanye'd the shit out of us.
Was she wearing Yeezys?
Yeah, I think so. Fuck, I just came to that conclusion.
Oh, man. Oh
the
man.
question I have is what happens to her post Impact, right? Because I was, when talking in the lead up to Hard to Kill, a lot of us were talking, and thinking about it. And it's okay. Well, there's one of two things that's going to happen here. Tessa's going to win or she's going to lose. Duh.
Okay.
But if she loses, what is there left for Tessa to do in Impact? She's outgrown Impact at that point. If she loses the strap, she can't go back down to the Knockouts division. What is there left for her to do? Well, moving on to greener pastures, moving on to AEW, WWE. But who wants to touch her now? Like, she's literally Impact's problem right now. And until she does sort of make good with her public image, she's entirely her problem now. And I don't think anyone is really interested in wanting to touch such a hot potato right now.
Right now, maybe not. You're right. Yeah, definitely not.
Someone always does, bro.
But I think AEW is gonna be her home. As long as
so?
Tully's part of AEW, that she's gonna have a home there. I don't feel. Maybe you're
I
right.
know.
Definitely right now. If they were to pick her up right now, no way. But this is gonna die over in like about by the time her contract's up and it's time to talk about to make that discussion, that decision. Sure. Yeah, it's just gonna be.
It'll be in the rear view.
Yeah.
I feel like
The thing is though, is that there's an extraordinary story to tell in WWE with Charlotte. And if you ask in my very, very humble opinion, Tessa Blanchard is a WrestleMania main eventer.
Yeah,
like
she is.
She deserves to have a main event spot at WrestleMania at some point. I know she's had some trouble with WWE, because she did go to the PC for a while and it didn't quite work out for her. She has a reputation, and it's been following her, and now it just exploded. And it's interesting. And here's something that's interesting too to point out, because just this week, right? You had Mercedes Martinez that was confirmed. They sent out the her picture from the Performance Center. She's in NXT. She wrestled tonight, as when we're recording this. And there's been the outpouring of women congratulating Mercedes for making it is so telling, and completely the opposite of what we saw this weekend with Blanchard and her tweet. Mercedes has her tweet out, and you have all sorts of women's wrestlers coming out, giving a nice little shout out, a little story, saying how kind and great she is. And even Allison Kay, who blew the lid off of the Tessa Blanchard story, Allison Kay tweets back out and says, with the PC photo, saying, and Mercedes did it without stepping on anyone.
Wow.
So there you go.
Yes.
Wow. Crazy.
I did not even really think about that, how everybody was supportive of Mercedes.
So obviously there's sides here. The women have chosen.
Yes.
Right? Like
very clearly.
They're not allowing
along very easy moral
They're
lines.
not playing the bullshit here. Like
just saying.
They're not gonna let someone with a troubled past like that get their shine without without it being too quiet, I guess.
That's interesting.
That's crazy, man.
This is what I think, right? And it's an opinion, right? For eons, right? Wrestling is operated under a code of silence, right?
Yes.
We called it kayfabe or whatever, but the very roots of it go back in the territory days, where if you didn't play ball and you didn't play by the rules and you didn't keep the secrets, you just be blackballed and stop working. So you needed to follow suit. And this is an attitude that followed into the 90s and into the 2000s. And now these days, there are lots and lots of wrestlers who don't want to put up with that shit anymore, who just don't want to, that are witnessing egregious stuff like that, sexual assault, degrading shit. And they just don't want to put up with that stuff anymore. And there's no reason to keep a code of silence anymore, because everyone knows wrestling is phony, that it's not a real sport. Well,
excuse me.
No, sorry.
You must mean the NFL and the NBA and stuff like that.
But everyone knows it's fixed, that it's a show, it's entertainment. So there's no and now there's more and more opportunities opening up, more and more places for wrestlers to go work, get consistent dates, make a living, or at least make a good amount of money to sustain a passion, sustain a dream. There's no reason to put up with shitheads and awful people anymore who are just doing everything to try and get by. And I appreciate that, because it will lift a stigma off of wrestling where it's just rednecks and liars and carnies who are behind it. If people do start sticking up for each other like that. So to me, it's much more indicative of a
culture
Tessa Blanchard
change, right?
It's a big deal because she's a big time wrestler, but it's much more indicative of a vision of progress that wrestlers have for themselves, and I can get behind that.
And hey, you most definitely right, man. That's crazy you say that, because to be honest, we done a couple interviews, man. We do our shooting the issues, and not everybody thinks like that, and that mentality is kind of like, it's not obsolete yet. And you still have those lingering
alive and
traditional
well,
people.
my friend.
Yeah, like, it's crazy.
Well, you see, it's like David Stark calling out Gabe Sapolsky, telling him pay you just a couple of days ago, telling him you don't pay your performers, pay your performers.
Facts.
Why would we put up with that? And especially why would we put up with that with Sapolsky with his promotion that's affiliated with WWE? How is he not paying his staff?
Yeah,
how is he not paying his
insane.
promoters? So like I said, there's a legitimacy. Wrestling has always had a legitimacy problem because of the way it's been operated, because it was something that was meant to attract suckers, to pay money. That's why wrestling fans are called marks. Marks is not a good thing. It's not a good word, It means you're a sucker. It means you're a grade A sucker. Yeah. For me, if the business is to change and evolve, and for everyone to be able to get some kind of to get their slice of the pie, because there is a lot of money being thrown around there needs to be these types of things where people are like, no, let's start looking out for each other. Let's start calling out the assholes, and let's just do our best to all be better. Like I said, I can get behind that.
Let's start with no N-words, rule number 1, right? Like,
there you go.
Can we just start with the easy layups?
Then think it'd be so simple, right? It's the basic shit, but no.
Have you seen, I kind of looked over and I saw the WrestleMania thing. Have you seen the lineup for WrestleMania? Not WrestleMania weekend?
My God.
There's got to be 40 shows at the same time.
That's crazy.
I narrowed it down. I will be there in Tampa, so I try to see what I could possibly realistically do.
That's a lot.
There's 5 things, and they're not even
5 things? No, Vic.
That
no.
I can possibly do.
That you can
that
do.
I can possibly do.
Oh, because there is
and there's
literally
a list.
over
every day there's
60
over
shows.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Warren, are you hitting all these up like a psychopath or what?
Well, I unfortunately will not be able to make it to Tampa, but it's the kind of thing that nonetheless it gets really, really exciting. I think year after year, it's really cool that WrestleMania weekend becomes like a convention of wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Like a showcase where everyone's like, let's find a venue, let's put on a show, let's put our best foot forward. Hell, even Ring of Honor. That's a hell of a show set up.
They already making plans for Lakeland. They got Marty booked already and a few other guys.
He did it himself.
He did it himself, I'm sure.
Sure.
But yeah,
they
man,
they have Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee, yes.
El Fantasmo.
It's wrestling
crazy.
Christmas, man. It's wrestling Christmas, and I love it. I love every fucking minute of it, every day of it, all week, man. It's the best.
How do you feel about Marty Scurll's new contract, Warren?
I'm going to be very, very, very honest with you guys.
No, I want you to lie to us.
I'm happy. I'm happy because it made a lot of AEW people very unhappy. And And not because I want ill will on AEW fans.
Yes, you do.
But-
you thrive on
No,
their
I don't.
tears.
No, I don't.
Yes.
It's just because the fans, wrestling fans, especially on Twitter, very good at creating narratives that suddenly everyone starts buying into. So Marty's deal's almost up. Oh well, he's gonna come join his friends. He's gonna come join his buddies over in AEW, and I'm like, yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Then he shows up on NWA, and I'm like, And then the tweets when he was announced that he's the booker of a Ring of Honor now, and everyone's like, oh no, Marty, why would you do this? Where did you guys get this information? And then from there, the narrative they construct is, oh well, Marty, he's in Ring of Honor and NWA, so he's creating a bridge between Ring of Honor, NWA, and AEW.
That never existed.
He comes bearing chocolates from the land of candy. He comes with good news and joy, the laughter of children amongst him.
Berries and cream. Berries and cream.
He's like the leprechaun of joy.
I can't.
What is this storytelling?
He's the great emancipator. So that's the thing, and that's what I enjoy a bit the most out of it, is like all these scenarios that people construct for themselves online and then get disappointed when they don't happen. I'm like, honestly, I'm really glad that Skrull is not going to AEW, and not for honestly because I don't know what they'd have him do, and it really reminds me. Again, I don't know how old you guys are, how long you've been listening to wrestling, but it reminds me of when Nash and Hall left for WCW, and then X-Pac showed up, 1, 2, 3 Kid, and then everyone was like, "Oh, Shawn Michaels is going to end up there, right?" Because they're all pals, they're buddies.
Right.
Shawn is going to jump ship too.
Nope.
Of course, he's going to jump ship too. But Shawn is not being a fool. Realize that. Look, how am I going to sneak in there? How am I going to get there and them have a good something for me to do? You know?
No, that would have been
So he
suicide for
decided
Shawn.
And I don't think it would have been. It probably wouldn't have been any better than what they did with Bret Hart. That's what I think.
Definitely.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Facts.
So he stuck around there, and look what happened to him. I don't think Marty's a fool either. It doesn't mean that they're not friends anymore. Doesn't mean they're not buddies. Doesn't mean they don't text each other every day. That's not the problem.
No,
That's
they're
not the
mortal
issue.
enemies in the battle for viewers.
All his friends are dead.
All his
Yeah,
friends are
exactly.
dead. No, I think Marty actually came out and he actually said that he wasn't. He doesn't like how people. Just like you were saying, everybody thought they knew what was going on. He even said on Power, the interview on Power, he was like, "Oh, I don't even know maybe if I don't know what I'm doing," you know?
Yeah,
So,
exactly. And
he was gonna throw a curveball somewhere.
and I like it, and it's good for him, because you know what this does is that it just ups his profile, and it
Hell
gives
yeah.
him more depth. So then when he does decide to jump ship to an AEW or who knows, WWE, you know, he'll just have more baggage to bring with him. It's all good for Marty. It's just good business sense for him. I cannot applaud it enough.
No doubt. Warren, I want you to do me a favor, man, and tell the fans, man. I want to thank you. First of all, I want to thank you for your time, brother. I know it's late. You're a hardworking man. You just did your podcast, and you're coming on with the bad guys. It's not easy to get put on the spot right when you get on.
Warren, what are we going to do about Tessa Blanchard? I'm like, oh my God.
Fix this now, Warren.
Way to softball me in, boy.
No. You thought your Fightful podcast was so much more important than ours. You know, it's only the podcast you've been doing forever, but
Right.
so we're just gonna throw you to the wolves, man.
Warren,
That's a bad guy initiation, by the way.
We've done so much to explain to the fans that we can catch you on Wednesdays and Friday nights. But why don't you talk about your show for a little bit, and why don't you put yourself over a bit for our fans? Tell them what you're all about.
Sounds good. Wednesday nights, just like tonight, over on Fightful, I do the Wednesday Night Wars podcast, where we we recap both NXT and AEW. We sort of give our opinions on what we preferred and what we didn't care as much. Then on Fridays, I do Smackdown post shows with Sean Ross Sapp over again on Fightful, which is actually Sean's channel right now because Fightful got banned from Twitter for some reason.
what's happening?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Sorry, Baron Corbin banged us and shit. So fuck him too. So
Baron Corbin.
There you go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I do my own stuff at youtube.com/Mr. Warren Hayes every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. I do a review, a recap of the week. I talk about all sorts of stuff. Talk about what I liked and I didn't like, and that kind of stuff. And I also do pay-per-view prediction shows. I do a whole bunch of stuff there. So if you don't mind, go subscribe there. youtube.com/Mr. Warren Hayes. And everything I do is available on podcasts as well. So on your favorite podcast app, you just look for Mr. Warren Hayes and it's there.
Thank you. Oh, my mic's off. God damn. Warren, thank you so much, man. Thanks for jumping on. We really appreciate you diving into the deep end like that.
No, that's fine. And honestly, I'm really glad I was able to jump on. And, I know it wasn't for long, but, if you have an opportunity to do it again for a longer period, that'd be great. I love talking. This was fun. We should talk more.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah, most def, man. You can catch us on Synergy this Saturday on Fight TV. We hosting the pre-show, and you can certainly catch that Synergy pay-per-view. Tomorrow comes today.
Yeah, on Saturday.
Saturday. Fight
Where can
TV.
they find us, pretty chubs?
Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at HPC2Sweet.
Y tu madre.
And on YouTube at Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and rate and review on Apple Podcasts and give us those 5 stars.
10 counts of 10. So we'll see y'all Saturday, baby.